So here we were, miles up the Tiete River, looking for what we did not know.
Max. You listening? Max! So like I was saying, I think they're a group called the Crashapre.
Why'd you tell me they were called the CS?
They are. I mean, Fabiana. She was kidnapped by the CS. The guys that crashed that little party at the stadium, they were a group of paramilitaries.
You'll have to forgive me for not being able to follow all this.
You're not supposed to follow it. The government can't even follow it. It ensures that no one's ever guilty.
So why'd they do it? Bust us at the stadium.
Somebody told them we were gonna be there with a whole lot of money. Anyway, the money's gone. Just hope we can get the girl back.
Yeah, me too. Wonder where the hell she is.
You know, there's a harbor about a half a mile up. She's gotta be there. This is a known Comando Sombra area.
You know, if I've been doing my job properly, we wouldn't be out here in the middle of nowhere looking for some broad who got pinched on my watch.
That's what we tell ourselves, huh? It's all our fault.
No, I'm serious. By the time they grabbed the girls, I was half cut. I ain't slipping, man. I'm slipped. I'm a bad joke.
Max, we work private security. We're all ex-soldiers, ex-special forces, ex-cops, ex-good guys. We all have our reasons why we became ex. Maybe now we can put things right, okay?
So that was it, was it? Say the magic word and be absolved of your sins. If only shit were that simple, I'd have done it years ago. Me, I've been stuck in the past so long I'd forgotten what year it was.
Max, quit your daydreaming. This is it. It's over there. I'm gonna cut the engine. Glide in.
Don't go anywhere.
Ok, pues parece que llevamos la pistola silenciadora, o sea que... Esto será una misión de infiltración. Y bueno, si habéis visto cómo el juego en otros juegos... me parece que la infiltración no me gusta.
Looked like Passos had brought us to the right place. That was the chopper the Comando Sombra used to escape the nightclub attack. If Fabiana wasn't around here, then at least someone that knew where she was had to be.
Vale, o sea que teniendo el avión... Fua... Así no hay nadie, pero ¿y lo bien que queda?
Here I was, some hopped-up gringo, a long way from home,
que queda
making trouble the only way I knew. As the
ligeramente.
weather worsened, I caught a glimpse of the rusted shells of previous lives that had been lived out here in this swampy shithole, and I wondered if I would end up the same way, or what would happen to that girl I was supposed to protect. I had no idea what lay ahead, and as much as part of me would rather be anywhere else, I knew this was where I had to be. I felt responsible. I just had to fix the situation, right here.
Ah, sí, ese no era el botón. Así puede. No, no se sube. Imagino que para que sí.
Eu sempre fico a parte de mim. Já te falei pra tu parar de reclamar fazendo teu trabalho, mano.
I couldn't understand them, but I didn't have to. Cheap hoods are the same from here to Timbuktu. The slab of meat on the boat was clearly the boss. Serrano, they called him. And it seemed that our suspicions were correct. Fabiana was here, somewhere further ahead. I had to find her quickly and quietly if possible. Last thing I wanted was a party with these clowns.
Acaba com aquele cara já! Vai dar cobertura! Eu sei que porra tá acontecendo aqui! E aí, cara? Consegue andar? Para as férias, cuzão!
Y hay musiquita de...
I kept moving toward the signs of life, rubbing them out as I went along.
¿Eso es otra tele?
I'd seen enough to know that Fabiana was at least alive, if not exactly well. Her captors didn't look like they were quite the kind and gentle type. I had to find that room quickly.
Nossa, cigarro aí. Eu não tenho, pô. Tem sim, cara. Para de mentira. Vai se fuder, cara. Vai tomar no meio do cu. Eu vou te meter bala, hein. Vá se fuder, porra.
Oi! Dani! Você tá aí? Você tem um cigarro?
Agora, cabeça de fogo! Olha, vira aí,
Está bastante más.
I was wishing my enemies away, but they were very much alive. I didn't want to think about what would be happening on that. They probably made their ransom notes from the same glossy magazines they used to select their victims. This was a second request for payment. The best of intentions at the stadium weren't enough to cover it.
Hostias, mira lo que he encontrado. Pues uno para el body. Jaja. Infiltración,
I had to keep moving. I hoped that I'd find Fabiana sooner than later, if at all.
¿No? ¿Escopeta? Sí. Vamos, hombre. Venga, va. Entrada triunfal. Uy, ¡ay, qué mierda! Me he hecho polvo en la cabeza. Ahí va. Ahí lo teníamos. ¿Dónde? ¿Cómo? Venga, hombre. Vamos a tomarnos uno. Cojonudo. ¿Qué te crees? ¿Que me había olvidado de ti? ¡Oh, Dios! No te he visto, cabrón. Espérate, necesito su munición, que era de la buena. Este es escopeta.
That was the chair that she had been held in. I had just missed them.
¡Hombre! Vamos a asegurarnos de que no hay moros en la costa. Exactamente. No, no, ahí vamos a ver otro capítulo.
A dor. Com a idade vem a dor. É dor de cabeça, dor de estômago, dor na virilha, dor nas juntas, dor de ressaca. É por isso que existe Interfectum. Interfectum é um analgésico forte para a dor forte.
This is INC.
We have reports of more violence erupting in Panama, where citizens are still reeling from this attack 2 months ago. Colombian paramilitary group United Souls of the People, or AUP, have been waging a campaign of violence and terror in the area around Bastidas, despite government attempts to stabilize the region. Staying in Latin America, an explosion of violence in Brazil's largest city, Sao Paulo, as much publicized initiatives to stop feuding between favela gangs and the police have completely failed. Some local activists blame much of the city's problems on the activities of right-wing groups Cracha Preto and Nova Garda, who they accuse of vigilante-style attacks in the areas of the city where police have lost control. Some human rights organizations report a slew of missing persons in the city, a topic that many observers say local law enforcement isn't taking seriously. This turmoil is shaping up to be a hot topic in next year's mayoral election. Right-wing candidate Victor Branco was once a frontrunner, but is now falling behind in the polls. Well, there may be some political storm clouds out there, but the sun is shining in many regions today. Over to Marisol with the weather.
Sí, es tiempo de América Latina. Muy bien, en San Pablo sería parda, básicamente. Resume la noticia. Y un chute.
She was on the move. If they'd finally decided to kill her, I wasn't doing anything to persuade them otherwise.
Hola. Eso no es lo que he hecho. He cogido esto, muy bien. Eso sí. Vale. Estoy en sierras.
Porra! Cala a boca! Ninguém pode te ouvir, caralho! Sua burguesinha safada! Vou te pegar, é? Vou te pegar antes que eu boto uma bala na tua cabeça!
There she was, right in front of me. The drunk fool in me wanted to make a play. But I had just about enough sense to know that I'd end up with another dead girl in my arms if I did.
Não, velho, não. O irmão já falou, velho, eu não quero ela inteira. Aí, você vai jogar dinheiro no lixo, hein? Caralho,
Hostias. ¿Qué te lo flipas? Sigue vivo. Ya basta, pues. Ya, sigo sin entender cómo coño se coge esto. Así que joder. Vaya, no estamos tan bien de vida. Mira, no, lo sabía, lo había visto.
I was in a
bacanaje
cocaine
así.
factory, but I'd stick to the depressants.
Así vamos a ennifarlas y ver.
It seemed Serrano's boys had targeted the entire Bronco family and didn't give a shit which one they pinched.
Vale, más pistas. Aquí no hay nada más que cocaína y sobre todo el botiquín. Raro es que el tío no se ponga a ennifarlas y
Serrano had taken
cocaína.
Fabiana through the garage door.
Con el
I
buje
had
tiene
to find a way to
bastante.
open it.
Y hombre, otra piececita dorada. Arma dorada, sí. 1 de 3 como siempre, o 2 en este caso. Pues puerta cerrada. A ver, aquí, por aquí.
Coke in the air
sé que
wasn't
estáis
doing anything to
esperando.
sharpen my thinking. Was there a switch in that room?
Perfecto. Es como dejar la columna. El efecto está muy bien, desde luego. No, tampoco. ¿Por dónde se larga uno de aquí? No sé que sea por dónde he venido. Mira, más balas. No. Imagina ver si había alguna pista. Vamos a ver, esto está muy claro. Si no es por aquí ni es por allí. Algo me he perdido aquí, o sea. Vale, botón grande.
I opened the door to the next circle of this low-rent hell.
¿Solo uno? Porque es que no me lo creo. Espérate, eso es un fusil guapo. Está ahí arriba. ¡Mierda! Sí que llega. Me han jodido ahí. Creía que la granada está bastante más lejos. Vale.
These were the floor plans to the nightclub. Seemed Mr. Serrano like to be prepared. Proper little Boy Scout. That gangway would get me through.
Mira, ahí está. Hay autocatapro. Sí, lo he visto, lo he visto. Es muy evidente. Seguro que no es una de las que ya tengo. Mira, otra vez uno. A ver si alguna vez consigo una arma dorada, por lo menos. Que la pueda mostrar, por lo menos. Ah, simplemente es una arma dorada, pero bueno. No obstante, mola.
I could get through on the catwalk if I went back into the other room.
Había otro cuarto, entiendo. Así que por ahí arriba. Pero antes... ¿Dónde está ese balón? Ajá. Perfecto, pinchado. Bien, tengo media vida y dos Medihealth. Medihealth, juego demasiado más EDP. Dos analgésicos. Sí, si tenía alguna duda si me han visto. Acercaros ahí, acercaros ahí. ¿Dónde lo han tirado? Joder. Así que lo habían tirado. 50 energéticos usados. Me he hinchado a paz. ¿Cómo su madre? ¿Sabes qué te digo que? Modo, no me matas. Tú gira. Joder. Última bala. Aquí la hemos cagado un poco. Ah, la que no se puede arreglar. Ah. Arregla. Bueno. No, más que no. Ahora sí.
I hadn't seen Fabiana in a worrying amount of time, but at least I wasn't following the trail of her fingers.
Esperaba que explotase más cosas. Ahora tengo meta vida, tampoco es. Vámonos. No se puede abrir, supongo. Sí.